Well, I just want to welcome everyone to your Triple Your Revenue with one easy to implement marketing strategy webinar. So we're going to run probably about 90 minutes on this webinar. And it just depends on how many questions you have, the flow of things. If you have questions, be sure to drop them in the chat along the way. And then what I can do is answer them at the end of the webinar. Our agenda today is simple. I'm going to share with you one simple marketing strategy to help you get more leads, to help you increase your sales efficiency, to help you automate your scheduling process, and to help you prevent losing the leads you do manage to get so that you get more leads flowing into your business, because leads are the heartbeat of any business. But more importantly, you want to be able to turn those leads into paying customers. And that is our agenda today. So I'm just going to share my screen with you. With technology changing, there's so much happening in technology right now, and things that once worked when it comes down to lead generation may not exactly be working anymore. So I'm here to share a new way to think about how you're utilizing lead generation in your business, how you're, just so you can maximize it. My name is Michele Davis, and I am the founder and CEO of Gemstone Consulting Services, in case you're seeing me for the first time. And we are a business consulting company helping business owners sell more with automation systems. We accomplish this goal for our clients without all of the complexity, stress, and all the strategies you see online that just may not have been working for your business. We've been around since 2018, and here's the reason we exist. What I've noticed over the years is a lot of business owners will do a few things as it relates to their marketing. They'll hire a marketing agency or a VA to manage their marketing without really understanding what that company or what that VA is actually supposed to do for them to help them grow their business, or how they're going to do what they say they're going to do and how to measure it. Or they assign someone, from their team, or they get a random person that's going to manage their social media or take over their marketing, and not really knowing what it is this person is supposed to do. As a consulting agency, we make sure that you're set up correctly. You have the knowledge to run your marketing. It's great to hire someone, but you don't want to hire someone that knows more than you, because what happens is when people leave or that marketing agency goes out of business, you're stuck. You're stuck, your business is stuck and stagnant. And so we want to make sure as a consulting agency that you have the knowledge to manage your marketing. And the vision for any business starts with the owner or the CEO. It doesn't start with the marketing agency. It doesn't start with your VA. It starts with you. And you have to know what the plan is and what the strategy is so that you can hire someone to help you carry it out. So what we do as business consultants is help business owners create and implement a plan to get results from their marketing efforts, which entails setting goals, planning out strategies, and establishing key performance indicators so they can measure what's working in their marketing and what's not. So if you want to learn more about Gemstone Consulting Services, or you'd like to schedule a free, no obligation marketing success call, after the webinar, you can head over to our website at Gemstone Consulting Services. You can see it listed here on the screen. You can take a screenshot, head over to that website and click Get Started and answer a few short questions and schedule your call from there. So let me ask you a question. If you had 25 additional booked appointments on your calendar every single month, how would that impact your business? How much revenue would you generate? Just drop it in the chat. I want to know. How much revenue would you generate? How much revenue would you generate if you had 25 additional booked appointments on your calendar every month? How much revenue would that mean for you? Okay, probably high six figures, Yeah, I'm sure it would mean a lot. And part of how knowing how much what it means to you is knowing what a client is worth to you, what a customer is worth to you. But for most people, 25 additional booked appointments means 25 additional opportunities to turn that lead into a paying customer. Whether it's a book service, whether it's a sales call, how would having those 25 additional book services or appointments change your business? Market says installs average 1,500 on the low end, so around 37,000. Right. Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's safe to say that 25 additional booked appointments would definitely change the trajectory of your business, right? So the reason I created this webinar is because I know generating leads for your business can be expensive. It can be frustrating, time consuming, and feel like a daunting task, especially when you feel like you're doing a lot and you have nothing to show for it. I also know that consistently generating leads is not something that business owners necessarily know how to do, or what they've done in the past has been successful, but now things are changing. So they're trying to figure out how to pivot within all of the technology changes and all of the marketing changes. And if you've been in business, for some time, not all marketing strategies are created equal. In my journey as a business owner, I've used many marketing strategies over the years. Some were effective and some were not when it came down to having a steady stream of clients flowing into my business. So today I'm showing you a specific marketing strategy that will enable you to engage with leads that are interested in what you have to offer and allow you to effortlessly follow up with those leads in a way that gets them on your calendar for a book service or a sales call. I'm also going to show you a simple software tool that helps you eliminate many of the ineffective follow-up tasks that's sucking up your time right now. Some perfect examples of what I mean when I say time-sucking task is, wasting your time, with people that aren't interested in your service, or spending your time calling people, having to leave a voicemail, hoping they call you back. Or when they do call you back, they tell you they hired somebody else. I guarantee you can spend your time doing something more productive than chasing your next lead. So my focus today is to show you what I consider to be the ultimate all-in-one chat automation software. This software tool is going to enable you to use the marketing strategy I'm going to share with you in a moment to get leads booked on your calendar, get sales appointments, and ultimately earn more revenue. Before I get into the marketing strategy about how to get those 25 additional appointments booked on your calendar every month, I want to go back to the basics of marketing for a moment. Effective marketing is your ability to capture a lead, engage with the lead, and turn that lead into a customer before they call one of your competitors. So whether you're looking to grow your business, you're looking to generate more revenue, you're looking to generate more sales appointments or book services on your calendar, this is the foundation of marketing. Until you give people a reason to pay attention to you and what you have to offer, you're just another service or just another business to them. So how exactly do you change that? So here's an image that I'm sure you've seen before. This is a classic sales funnel. You've probably seen it before online. The sales funnel, as you know, is a visual representation of the process someone goes through before they make a buying decision. And while you may have seen this image before, or some of what I'm going to share with you may sound familiar, I can almost guarantee most marketers and business owners aren't engaging in marketing the same way that I'm going to show you today. They aren't using this tool that I'm going to showcase for you today. So the top of the funnel, as I'm sure you've seen before, and depending on where you've seen it, maybe you've seen awareness at the top. The top of this funnel for this representation is opt-in. And opt-in is truly where people become aware of you But aside from becoming aware of you, you want them to be willing to trust you enough to opt in. And an opt in is just someone that gives their email, their name, their phone number, and that enables you to keep in contact with them, to connect with them. And someone who's willing to do that and to trust you and to opt in with you, they're going to be a better lead than someone who's just passing by. You're able to continue marketing to someone who gives you their contact details. And you want quality leads in your marketing. For someone to opt in, of course, you need to create a reason for them to opt in, which is giving up name, email, phone number. But they're going to do that in exchange for something. And without contact details, you can't get someone to book time on your calendar. So getting through that first step of giving them something in exchange for their information is extremely important. We're going to take them through the process of exchanging value for them to give us their contact details. But we have to pique their interest. And we have to pique their interest at the middle of the funnel so that by the time they're at the stage where they're looking at what we have to offer, they're ready to book an appointment with us. And the ultimate thing you want them to do is to become a paying customer, right? So the marketing process I'm going to show you will do two things. First, it will make more people aware of you and your services. Secondly, this process will increase the number of people that want to learn more about your services, even if they're not in the market right now for what you have to offer. Now, the concept of a sales funnel is not new when it comes to marketing, as I mentioned before. The way I'm going to share with you how to use it, or this new technology, is new. And the best example that I have when you think about marketing is Times Square. Who here has been to Times Square? I'm based in New York, by the way. So I've been to Times Square plenty. Who here has been to Times Square? Just drop it in the chat. Let me know if you've been to Times Square. Kevin says, I've been. Kanisha says, I've been. I have. Okay. So when you go down to Times Square, what's your impression of it? What's it like down there? Constant movement. Yes, yes. Constant movement. It's busy. It's chaotic. There's a lot happening in Times Square. It's very chaotic. Your responses are absolutely correct. Times Square is very busy. It's filled with tourists. It's filled with street performers, theater goers, because you have Broadway down there, and even people, those cartoon characters dressed up, trying to get you to give them a donation in exchange for a photo. You have some of everyone in Times Square. It's the same thing online. You have some of everyone showing up in inboxes and DMing people and actually, doing lives and showcasing their business. So let's think of Times Square like it's the marketplace, right? So let's say you go down to Times Square and a random individual comes up to you and says, hey, would you buy my service? Now, think about your experience as a consumer. You're probably going to say no, because number one, you don't trust the person enough to purchase the service. After all, you've never seen or heard of them before. Number two, you don't need the service at that moment. And even if you are interested just a little bit or need what they have to offer, you'd probably say no, because they're just asking you to buy their service. And that's just typically how our brain works as a consumer. Yet most forms of advertising you come across in many of the traditional methods of marketing are a direct invitation or request for you to buy something, and that something is your service. On the other hand, let's say you have a street performer in Times Square, right? And there's tons of them. If you've ever been to Times Square, there's tons. You do not have a shortage of street performers. And let's say the street performer first captures your attention when you see a crowd around them. So naturally, you walk over because you're curious about what they're doing and why is everyone interested in what they're doing. And so you come over to be nosy, right? Then you witness them delivering some sort of performance or entertainment. If the person delivers a good performance, they've given you value. So you may find yourself even giving them money, even though you've never met them before, and you did not travel to Times Square that day to give money to random street performers you've never met before. It's the same thing with your prospective customers. When they experience value from you, you go from a random business to a trusted resource that they're willing to do business with, even if they've never heard of your business before. And the concept of value changes everything when it comes to marketing. So here's an example of a landing page. I'm sure you've all seen your share of landing pages if you've been in business for a while or you've spent any time on social media. This individual, in particular for this example, is giving away a free ebook or a free guide on how to do Facebook contests and promotions. And they're asking people to give their name, email, and some information about their business in exchange for this free ebook or guide. Now, once the person opts in, they'll get an email containing the link to access this free item, whatever it is they requested, the free guide, the free ebook. Now, some business owners will also email, for a few days, 5 days, 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, or even call someone after they request the free item. This was once one of the most effective marketing methods, by the way. And a lot of marketers, a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of coaches, consultants, business owners, period, still use this method of marketing. You could even, quadruple your leads when you combine your paid ads with this method, maybe a few years ago. Why? Because of the opportunity to continue marketing to the person using their contact information, which is their name, email, phone number. Once you have that information, you can send out additional campaigns, you can continue sharing about your business. And this is why this method has been so effective over the years. The problem with this method is we're relying on the person to stop what they're doing after they opt in, stop what they're doing, check their email messages, read the ebook or guide. And if the person doesn't take action after receiving the ebook, or maybe they can't even find it by the time they make their way over to their inbox, or maybe they even forgot that they even opted in. By the time all of that transpires, and you have to hope your email didn't land in spam, you're not getting any traction. They've forgotten about you. And worse, they don't take any action. The action, which was to book an appointment or schedule a strategy call, whatever your path is to close a sale, they're not going to take action because they either never got the guide, didn't have time to read the guide, or they're just no longer interested. Landing page funnels have been the gold standard for years and have been, deemed the highest converting method for generating leads and sales with online marketing campaigns. But that's not the case anymore. Having personally used landing pages in the past with my business, and also what I've seen in the last 6 years or so when it comes to the average opt-in rates for landing pages, it's just not cutting it anymore. So for every 100 people that make their way to your landing page, only about 23 people opt in. We're not talking about buyers. This is just the opt-in rate, which is the number of people that will give you their contact details in exchange for something. Only about 10% of the number of people that opt in using your landing page will actually become a customer. Now, what I've found in recent years is there's something actually much more effective than landing pages, and that's chat automation. And with chat automation, which I'll show you how it works in a moment, with chat automation, you can have 100 people opt in to chat automation, and you're going to have an average of 92 people that will opt in. That's an average of 92 people. So if you have 23 people opting in for every 100 people that find their way to your landing page, and you have 92 people opting in for every 100 people that make their way to your chat automation, what method of marketing would you want to implement in your business? Is it going to be a landing page funnel or chat automation? And of course, the new method, because you're going to get significantly more people to engage with you and eventually opt in, you're going to focus on the new method of marketing. You're going to focus on chat automation. And chat automation creates more customers than landing page funnels. And the reason is two reasons, actually. The first reason is you attract a different type of lead. If someone is willing to exchange their contact details for something of value, you have a better chance of turning that lead into a paying customer because they're at a different stage in their buying decision, period. Not to mention, they're raising their hand to say they potentially need the service you offer. On the other hand, someone who wants value, but they're not willing to give any contact information in return, is not someone that's ready to make a purchase. They're not ready to make that commitment yet. And it's better you find out in the beginning stage of your interaction with them rather than you wasting your time, meeting with them for a quote, playing phone tag with them, emailing them back and forth, or spending time on a strategy call. You don't want to go through all of those things only to find out that they're not ready to purchase. The other reason that chat automation creates more customers is because you're engaging with them in real time in a way that prompts them to take action, which in this case is booking an appointment. Has anyone here heard of the term speed to lead? Has anyone here heard the term speed to lead? No? No? Okay. So let's talk about what speed to lead is, because that is the other problem that chat automation takes care of. So speed to lead is the time it takes you to connect with a lead once they express interest in your business. That interest can be expressed by them calling you, emailing you, filling out a form on your website, or from a Facebook ad, or some other method. Regardless of what method of marketing you use and how much, money you spent acquiring the lead or time you spent acquiring the lead, the longer you take to respond to that lead, you're going to lose it. And you're less likely to turn that lead into a paying customer. Where landing page funnels actually fail is you're waiting for the lead to get around to checking their email, reading your ebook before getting back to you. In the time it takes for them to actually do all of that, they're not taking action with you. So the possibility is very strong for them to move on to one of your competitors. Before we look at the statistics related to lead responses or lead response times, let me ask you, how long is it taking for you to respond to leads that reach out to you? Is it 24 hours? Is it within 2 hours? Is it within close of business? So let's look at the lead stats. The average business owner will respond probably the next day within 2 hours. But let's look at what that means for your business. Marcus says within 30 minutes if it's before 9 p.m. Okay. Let's look at the speed to lead stats. Lead conversions actually increase by 391% if you respond to a lead within 1 minute. You're 21 times more likely to convert a lead into a paying customer if you respond within 5 minutes from the time a lead first makes contact. If it takes you longer than 5 minutes to respond to a lead, the likelihood of that person becoming a paying customer drops by 80%. And there's 73% of leads never receive a response or follow up after they contact a business. That's mind blowing. The takeaway here, though, is the longer you take to respond to a lead, the less likely you are to convert that lead into a paying customer. It does hurt to see the stats. It does hurt to see these stats. Because reality is, unless you're responsive to the lead in real time, you stand the chance of losing them. Even if you acquired that lead using paid ads, or it spends, sometimes it takes a lot of energy and time to actually get a lead. The last thing you want to do is lose that lead. And the reality is, with 73% of business owners never getting back to people, it's understandable why a lead will call one of your competitors the minute you don't reply to their inquiry, the minute you don't pick up the phone or answer their call. And I've personally reached out to plumbers when I wanted my daughter to take driving lessons. I've reached out to driving schools. I'm a homeowner, so I've had to reach out to general contractors. I've reached out to even doctors and dentists, just to name a few. And I have a long list of people that never got back to me. They never returned my phone call. They're thinking I need their service or that I'm so invested in them that I'm going to continue calling them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to call my next person on the list, as most people would, right? So actually, this should be 92%. So why do 92% actually opt in? So here's what I call the OVA system. OVA is an acronym for opt-in, value, and appointment. This is the blueprint to automating your sales appointments. You saw this kind of laid out differently in the funnel I showed you earlier. Now we're going to discuss how you'll use the OVA system to generate as many as 25 additional appointments on your calendar every month. So O represents opt-in. And an opt-in is where you capture the name of a prospective customer or a client along with their email and phone number. V stands for value. And value is what you'll give your prospective customer in return for their contact details. When you think about what is going to be valuable, to your potential customer, it really just depends on the industry and the service you offer. So think about what goals your potential customer wants to accomplish. What is it they want to accomplish? And then create 3, 5, or even 7 steps that would help them reach that goal. Then you would package that up into an ebook or a video that you're going to give them for free. A stands for appointment. And an appointment is your path to making that person a paid customer. So whether that's a booked service or whether it's a one-on-one call, that's what an appointment is. And so the goal would be here is that this person, after they opt in, they receive value from you, you're going to get them on your calendar. And you should know the whole concept of OVA is not new. Business owners, marketers have used this method to generate leads for years. In fact, you may have used the OVA system in some way, shape, or form over the years in your own business. The problem with OVA, when you use it with landing page funnels, is it leaves you open to lose leads, the very leads that you generate, to your competitors. You would just have to think, how many times have you clicked on something you saw on social media and immediately you started seeing similar items being advertised? That's exactly what's happening with your prospective clients. Or even have phone conversations and all of a sudden you're seeing the very thing that you were just talking about on Facebook or on Instagram. Once your potential customer engages with you online, they're shown ads and content from competitors. So in the case of, like I mentioned, the landing page funnel, they're already clicking on your competitor's post or their ad before they can make it over to their email inbox to get anything that you sent them. Their mind has already shifted from that free guide that they just requested from you to whatever's happening next on the platform. And if you're spending time and money to generate leads, the last thing you want them to do is to not be able to eventually turn into a paying customer. So while the system itself is not new, integrating chat automation into the system is new. And integrating chat automation into the system is ultimately how you'll increase your revenue without losing your leads in the process. So how will a potential customer opt in or give you their contact details? The answer is simple. They'll opt in to get valuable information. And let's think about this, right? If someone sees your post on social media, your advertisement about your company offering XYZ service, what reason do they have to call your business or book a service or schedule an appointment with you or your company specifically? However, when you offer something of value, you become a resource rather than just another business. So they won't mind giving you their contact details or allowing you to stay in contact with them or even booking with you when they're ready because you've made yourself memorable. And that's what makes the difference here. What does value actually mean? In the marketing strategy I'm showing you, you're going to offer a free digital product in exchange for their contact details. Your digital product can be a short video like a training or an ebook. The great thing about offering a digital freebie like an ebook or video is people can have an interest in receiving your freebie, even if they're not in the market for your service at the moment. As long as you give them something of value, they'll be willing to exchange their contact details for it, even if they're not looking for what you're offering at the moment. So let's start with how you'll deliver this value. So let's talk about the ebook. Your ebook is going to help your prospective customer get closer to their goal or help them in some way. So you want them to read it and say, wow, that's great information. Think about your customers' most frequently asked questions or something like that's likely to cause them great stress related to your industry. Then ask yourself, what are 3, 5, or 7 fundamental things that they'd want to know as it relates to what they want to achieve by hiring you? And a big part of that is knowing what exactly is the outcome you're going to deliver to the people that do hire you. So think about that. Think about what they're struggling with. And your ebook is really just a Google Doc or a Word document. There's no need to hire a copywriter. You can write your ebook, yourself, and it can even be a guide that you write because people think ebooks, they think they have to write 50 pages, and that's not true. Your ebook, it needs to be as many pages as you need to have to make sure you deliver people a quick win. And you can even use like AI powered software like ChatGPT to write it for you, and you just edit it for accuracy, and you add your own personality, and you add your own call to action within the ebook. Your goal with this free ebook is not to solve every potential problem your prospective customer has, but choose one problem that they most likely have, and that's what you focus on. Now, what I've seen in the past over the years is, in terms of the quickest way to create value for potential customers, is offering a free short video that's anywhere from 7 to 15 minutes. One thing I want to say is before I used the OVA method, the way I use it now with chat automation, I'd run a video ad that directed people to a landing page where they'd opt in to watch a 7 to 15 minute training video where I invited them to book an appointment at the end of the training. And I would generate 70 to 90 leads a month using this method every month. The only difference here is I swapped out landing page funnels to chat automation. And what's exciting about chat automation is you really don't need to use paid ads for it to work. But the concept works because people will tune into that video, and it's a chance for them to better connect with you when they can hear a short video from you, they can hear a training from you. You know, it's just a better connection that you have with the lead as they're coming in, as they're deciding, do I want to work with this person? And just like the ebook, you choose a topic, you know, that they'd benefit from. You can create, edit, and upload your own video on YouTube, up to YouTube, or you can host it on your Google Drive so that you can share it with potential customers, or you can share a link to someone else's YouTube video. And let me explain how that works. So let's say, for example, you want to share someone else's video. The way that would work is you would go to YouTube. And the first thing you want to decide on is the topic you want to search for. So you type in the YouTube search bar, something like X amount of steps to whatever the goal is for your customer. Again, just think about what are the biggest stressors or problems your customers are experiencing by the time they call you, or you know, think about their frequently asked questions. The goal here is to get them a quick win and feel like you helped them. For this example, I'll use a video that a real estate agent might use to generate leads. After you think of your topic, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to look at, you know, what are the available options from your search results out of the billions of videos available on YouTube. And then you find a relevant and valuable video for your potential customer. You know, once you determine what's the best video to use, in this case, let's select this video just for illustration purposes, and which is buying a house in 2024, the ultimate guide for first-time home buyers. You will, of course, listen to the video and make sure it's appropriate for your target audience. Once you choose the video you want to use, just grab the URL, and that's the shareable link for the video, and you'll use that link and you'll insert it into your chat automation sequence. So you can promote that specific video to your audience. And then you're going to generate leads by having them opt in to get the link to that YouTube video. Or if you're doing your own video, once you upload it somewhere, Google Drive or on YouTube, you would share that link. Whatever link you're using, you would put it into your chat automation, and it will automatically be delivered to your client as they move through the OVA process with you. And the best part about using someone else's video is you can get started right away. You don't have to create your own content, especially if procrastination is an issue for you and you know, feel like, you know, if I use, you know, I have to record this video, next thing you know, you never get started. So the quickest way to get started, if you want to use someone else's content in the meantime, it's a great way to get started as you work toward the courage and as you work toward the process of, you know, getting your own video together. You know, that's a quick way to get started. Now, why would you use YouTube? The reason you want to use YouTube is it's a platform that your customer has heard of before and is probably already using. That's number one. Even if you choose to record your own video, like I mentioned, you can upload it to YouTube for free because that, you know, you just need to make it unlisted when you upload it and you just share the link. The other reason that it's good to use YouTube is it's good for the video creator. Creators love it when you share their videos because you're actually showing their video to an audience they wouldn't ordinarily have access to. And you're giving them free promotion. The third reason you want to use YouTube or YouTube video is, and like I mentioned, what I've seen over the years is Videos are more effective than ebooks. The person may take a couple of days, a week, or even 2 weeks to read the ebook simply because ebooks require time to consume and digest. And to be totally honest with you, some people may never, ever read your ebook. However, a 15-minute video or a 7-minute video can be viewed quickly. They experience value from it much faster. And then they're saying, hey, you know what? I'm interested in taking the next step. And then that's when they book a service or schedule a sales appointment with you using the automation process. I'm going to demo for you in a moment. And the last reason, of course, it saves you time because you take the procrastination out of the whole mix and you can get started right away. And just keep in mind, you can always create your own content later down the road. This is just a quick way for you to implement this strategy right away. And it works with pretty much any industry, whether you're brick and mortar, whether you're an online business, it works the same way. So let me give you a couple of examples. So let's say you're a real estate agent. In addition to the previous example, you can promote a video about 7 steps to buying your first home or 10 steps to selling your home for top dollar. Let's say you're you're in the fitness and wellness industry. You can say, here's 10 steps to dropping 20 pounds, or here's 5 fitness hacks for a healthier lifestyle. Let's say you're in gardening and landscaping. You'd say, here's 5 steps to growing roses, or here's 10 landscaping ideas for your yard. If you're in the solar industry, you go to YouTube, you find a specific video that's like 10 steps to power your home with solar, or 7 ways to reduce your energy bill. And let's say you're in event planning. You can find a video that outlines 5 tips to plan your perfect wedding on a budget, or 10 steps to plan your next corporate event. You're a financial planner. So you send a link to a video on 7 wealth building strategies for the future, or 10 steps to financially secure retirement. Another one is life insurance, 10 steps to protecting your assets, or 7 secrets to creating wealth with life insurance. Or you're a tax consultant and you promote a video that lists 10 business expenses you can deduct from your taxes, or 7 secrets to saving on taxes with real estate. Look, what I'm sharing with you, no matter what industry you're in, just find the number of steps to your customer's goal. Either record a video yourself or search for a valuable video already available on YouTube that a prospective customer is willing to trade their contact details to get access to. You invite the prospective client to book a service or schedule a sales appointment using chat automation, and they buy your service. The best part about the system is it's completely automated. The only thing you need to do is show up and close the sale. Now let's walk through the system and how it will enable you to actually wake up with booked appointments on your calendar once everything is set up. So why would anyone consider using chat automation instead of sticking with what they're currently doing? My answer to that is conversions. By conversions, I mean turning leads into paying customers. The difference between the landing page and chat automation, if you've been marketing online for a while, you know that you can end up very easily with a fake email, a fake phone number, because you have people that just want the download. They just want to download the free thing. So chat automation eliminates those freebie seekers. And we already know for every 100 people that come across your content or hear about your offer, 92% are going to opt into chat automation to get your freebie. Now tell me in the chat whether you are more likely to respond to an email. Let's say if I was sending you an email, or whether you're more likely to respond to a text message. Write email if it's email, or the word text if it's text. Which one are you more likely to respond to? I don't see a reply yet, but my best guess is going to be it's going to be a text message. Deontay says text. Absolutely. Yes, text message. Because you have to actually physically go and check your email as opposed to a text message. You're going to hear the notification. People have their phones with them. So that's why they're going to be more engaged with a conversation with you than a landing page funnel. And that's why chat automation is more effective. And we saw with the speed to lead stats I showed you, if you're able to engage with your leads in real time, it makes them less likely to contact your competitor. And this is all done without you having to worry about answering the phone, returning phone calls, or manually scheduling your appointments. And the reason your opt-in is going to be higher with chat automation is because chat automation does everything that older methods of marketing can't do. It simplifies the opt-in process because it only requires a keyword to activate. It causes the necessary interruption and disruption people need so they could pay attention to what you're offering, which is in this case, it could be a free ebook, it can be a free video. And you're going to invite them in that moment that they're already engaged to book an appointment with you. And this can be a strategy call, it could be a free estimate or some other appointment that leads to them ultimately turning into a customer. Now, anytime people think technology, people tend to freak out. Don't let the thought of using tech in your business scare you. So to make the whole thing a little less scary, I'm going to show you a quick demo of how chat automation works on the front end so you can see what your potential customer sees on their phone. Then I'm going to show you a quick video of how easy it is to set up chat automation for your business using the chat automation software. The first thing you need to know is you'll operate your chat automation activities from a specific number. So you're not tying up your phone, your main line using, chat automation or running a chat automation campaign. Then you set up something called a trigger keyword. Anytime someone messages you, by text or through social media using that specific keyword, the software is triggered into automation to begin collecting contact details and prepares to deliver your ebook, guide, training, or YouTube video. This is a keyword that you choose and specifically relates to your service. You wouldn't choose a keyword that someone can easily forget or mistype, and you'd want to keep your trigger keyword under 12 letters and make it easy to remember. So for example, one of the keywords I've used in the past is leads. Really simple to remember, and getting leads is actually the goal for the people that I work with, right? My prospective clients. So the first thing we do is you collect a name. In this example, I'm collecting only the first name. It's up to you whether you want the person's first name or the last name. And then you collect that information. And then we collect the email address. And as you can see, the chat automation collects the email address on your behalf. And once you have the person's name and email, and then now you're going to collect their phone number, you configure the chat automation to deliver the link to your free ebook, guide, video training, or YouTube video within the chat, and invite the person to book an appointment, in addition to sending them the link to your calendar. Now, imagine you're doing this 24/7 while you're out with your family, while you're sleeping. There's nothing for you to do manually here. The chat automation does it for you. And you can configure the chat automation however you like. You can even ask additional questions if it's pertinent for them to book an appointment with you. And if you need to follow up to confirm details, or in the event you have questions, you can even program the chat to let the potential customer know so they can expect your call. The other thing our chat automation does is it automatically fills in the contact details provided by the person booking the appointment into what's called a customer relationship management system, which is also known as a CRM. This way you can easily view the conversation, follow up, and track the relationship because you'll be able to see everything that occurred within the chat automation conversation. And our chat automation software works with text message, Facebook, and Instagram as well, so you can capture leads from those platforms. Whenever someone DMs you your keyword, to Messenger or Instagram, it'll go into action. Whenever someone texts you, your chat automation will be activated. The thing about this strategy is you have to engage in marketing activities where you're actually promoting your free ebook, guide, video, or training so people know it exists so they can opt in to get it. And let's talk about the different ways you can consistently create opportunities for people to opt in. Social media has billions of users, and that means people that want and need your service are on these platforms. Even Facebook, which it seems like a lot of people aren't on anymore, especially if, younger generations. Even Facebook still has 2.9 billion people active on the platform every day. So utilize your social media pages to promote your freebie and give them a call to action to DM you the keyword so they can get access to your ebook or video. The next thing you want to do is to attend a networking event. Work your way around the room and naturally talk about, the outcome you delivered to people, whatever that may be in your business, and talk about that freebie with your attendees and say, hey, I just created, this guide that helps people do XYZ, and invite them to text your keyword to your number to get access to it at your next presentation. And your presentation can be a presentation you do in person, or it can be a live that you do on social media. Or, and thinking about social media, that includes posts, reels, lives. You give people a call to action about, to download your freebie and talk about, what is it that makes your freebie so amazing? What information are you sharing so people can be interested in it? And then tell them to text you this keyword to your number, or DM me this keyword. And that way they get access to the freebie. If you're speaking from a stage, you can ask everyone to pull out their phone and text you that keyword so they can get your freebie that way. You can contact past clients and touch base with them. Let them know about your freebie and ask if they know of anyone that may find the information valuable. Let them know the outcome that freebie delivers for people. Think about how many people you have in your contacts right now, in your phone. Who can you contact to let them know about your freebie? Ask if they know of anyone that may find the information valuable. So imagine you have a software tool that can collect contact details for your leads, deliver your freebie, invite the lead to book an appointment with you, send your calendar link to them, and then follow up with the lead. If they haven't, booked an appointment within 24 hours, chat automation sends a follow-up message. That's pretty amazing, huh? Because your calendar, and also because your calendar is integrated with our chat automation software, you will see the appointments pop up on your calendar when someone books an appointment. And of course, we'll show you how to, set all of that up. Now that you've seen the front end of how the chat automation software works, this is Andy from our product team, and he's gonna show you exactly how to set up chat automation, and it's literally within minutes. I know everything I've shown you may seem complicated, but it's really very simple.
This portion of the training, I'm going to actually break down and show you how the software actually works for you in your business, and we can build a campaign together. So I'm going to hide my camera here, and let's get started. And let me give you a demo first before we build one out together. So it only takes a few minutes. However, the way that the software works, as soon as you come in, you're going to see the dashboard. And the dashboard shows the overall health of your business. And inside of the dashboard, you'll see how many opportunities you have, the value of those opportunities, and how many of them converted into paying customers. The next thing is that you have access to actually a conversations tab. And in the conversations tab, you'll be able to see different businesses or different conversations that you're having. So if someone, for example, responds to me and says, hey, how much is the website? I can then respond back to them and say, it's $750, for example, if I was in the business of building websites. If I'm a coach or a consultant, or if you're working with your customer can go back and forth with you and have a whole conversation inside of the software with you. And also inside of the software, you have access to a calendar. Now, this is going to be great for you if you are by yourself in your company or you have multiple team members, and because you'll see all your calendar and you can actually add different team members and different users to use this platform with you. The next thing is that you're going to have the contacts. And inside of the contacts, you'll be able to track all of your contact records. You'll be able to come in here and you can start a conversation with them, send them an email, and you can keep data about them. So for example, their weight, if you're in the fitness space, or if you're a coach, you can add different information about them, and it's all custom to your business, right? So in this scenario, in this demo account here, I have their ticket types, because in my business, I also host different events and I bring people together. Also inside the platform, you can track different tasks. So I can say, remind me to send an invoice. And then you can assign it to a different person on your staff, or it could be on just you. You could choose a date and then you click save. And then now you have a task to remind you in the future, and you can see when it's due here. You can also see and track all appointments, future and past appointments, as well as any pertinent documents. So like contracts and things of that nature. If you want to save those documents, you can save that right side here. Also, you can track how many people have paid you, and you can keep credit cards on file so that we can charge them in the future. The next thing the next feature is going to be the opportunities board, where you could track your sales opportunities. And then also inside of this platform, you'll be able to take payments for all of your transactions. You can send out invoices right from the platform. You can do email marketing campaigns, social media marketing campaigns. You can build out websites and marketing funnels. Also, we have over 1,000 templates inside of our software to help you build out your website. So for example, if you're in a criminal law firm, you can have a template here that exactly breaks down. So we have over 1,000 different templates. You can build online courses from inside of the platform. You can also create reputation management. But what I really like about the software is how much you can automate, and where you automate in the software is in this area called workflows. So we're going to click on workflows, and we're going to click create new workflow, and we're going to do a chat automation workflow. So to create that, you're going to start from scratch, and let's build one together. So before we build the workflow, we want to understand what we want to give away for free. So here, I'm going to go ahead and type on the top an example. So let's say, for example, I am a real estate agent. Now, this specific software is a chat automation software that can do so many things. However, let's just use an example. Let's say that I am in real estate. So let me show you what would happen. So if I said on real estate, and I'm looking to give away to first-time home buyers the 10 steps to buy your first home. So I click on here, 10 steps to buy your first home, and I see a plethora of videos, and I see this is an advertisement that's up here. This is this video has 45,000 views. This one has 102,000 views. This is another advertisement because it says the word sponsored here. And I scroll down, and I'm looking at all of these videos here. So what I would do as a realtor is I'm gonna find the one that intrigues me the most, and I may just spend a couple of minutes and watch it. So let me open this up here, and I'm gonna put this on mute here. And when the ad is over, I'm going to really just watch the video. So this is 29 minutes. I may just watch it just to really understand the value that this person is bringing to my audience when I get a lead. So if I'm a realtor and I'm looking for new people who are looking to buy a home, I'm going to give them this video, because this is going to be the video that is like the 10 steps to buying a home in 2024. So after watching this video presentation, and if I say, hey, you know what, this would be valuable for my ideal audience, right? And in this scenario, who is my ideal audience? It's going to be the first-time home buyer. So you would do the same thing no matter what industry that you're currently in. If you're a coach, if you're a consultant, what are the steps easy to choose. It's like 10 or 7. Just type in the word and you'll find the videos. But you'll identify what are the couple of steps to take to create the result for your customer. So if I'm a realtor and I'm looking to connect with first-time home buyers, then I'm just going to go on YouTube and type in 10 steps to buying your first home. And now I found someone else's video. So this is really cool that I found someone else's video. So I'm going to pause this right here. Another example is that, like, if I was a fitness coach and I would do, for example, 10 steps to losing weight, and then I would see the different videos. But let's go back to using real estate as the example. Now that you have the video, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take the URL of the video. Right? So you see that I have the URL. It's usually going to be at the top, or another way to do it is I click the share button and I click copy. So now I have the URL of the video. So what we're going to do is we're going to build the workflow together. In the workflow builder, we're going to name the workflow. So let's call this lead gen for real estate. And so lead gen for real estate. And inside of the platform, everything starts off with a trigger. So what a trigger is, it's what we're telling the software, what's going to initially start the automation of the text messages going back and forth. Now, this system can be built on text message. So let's look up, for example, customer replied, and we add filter. Now, what a trigger is, it's what is going to kick off everything inside of the automation. And what we're going to tell the software to do is we're going to tell the software, hey, when someone messages me this exact phrase, this specific phrase, so let's say the word is home. When someone messages me the word home, and then the reply channel, where the conversation is coming from, and you have all of these options. So if it's WhatsApp, if it's SMS for text message, if it's a live chat on your website, if it's an Instagram direct message, if it's a Google business message, if it's a Facebook message, if it's an email, if it's a phone call, if it's a chat widget. So let's just say the the reply channel is going to be SMS. So here is when the customer responds with this trigger, the word home. So when your customer responds with the word home, you want the software to kick off and start. Now, the next thing that it's going to ask to do is like, hey, what do you want to do? So you're going to hit the plus sign. And on this plus sign, we're going to respond with an SMS. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to tell the software, hey, when someone texts me the word home, I want you to respond with a SMS. And what I wanted to say is, I wanted to say something along the lines of like, hey, congratulations on deciding to potentially work with me. We're excited to work with you to get started with what is your first name, okay? So then I click save. Then I'm gonna tell the software to wait a few moments, and let's wait for the person to respond with their first name. So I'm gonna click wait for it, and then instead I'm gonna choose wait for it when the contact replies, and specifically to this message here. So when the person sends me their first name, I want the software to wait for that person. So here's what that looks like again. So far I built it where when someone messages me the word home, I'm going to tell the software to ask for the first name, and I'm going to say congratulations on to potentially work with whatever your business's name is going to populate here. We're excited to work with you. To get started, what is your first name? Then we're going to tell the software to wait for a response with the first name, and then the software is going to wait for the person to reply. When the person replies, instantly, here's what's really cool. We're going to tell the software to send another SMS, and we're going to ask for their email address. So, and here's what it looks like when we ask for them the email address. So we're going to tell the software like, hey, write back this. Awesome. And what is your email address? Because here's what it's going to look like for your customer so far. Although we're building it and it only takes a couple of minutes to build, and I'm teaching you, so hey, it takes a little bit longer as I'm teaching you, what's initially going to happen is when the person sends the word home, we ask the software, hey, can you respond with congratulations on deciding to potentially work with me? We're excited to work with you to get started with your first name. And when the person responds their first name, they say John. And then the software is automatically going to respond and say, awesome. And what is your email address? Then we're going to tell the software, hey, wait for the person to reply with their email address. So now let's tell the software to wait for the email address. So we're going to say, wait for an email here. wait for the email, and this is going to be when the contact replies. So after the person responds to their email address, we're going to tell the software to wait. Then when the software responds after waiting, or when your customer responds after waiting, we're going to send one more text message, and we're going to say, hi, thank you for your message. Here is the link to the YouTube video on the first steps to buying your home. Also, if you are interested in buying your home, you're buying a home this year, you can schedule a call with me here. And the software knows that you're logged in. So you'll click here where it says custom values, and then you click on where it says calendar. Actually, you'll click on user, and then you'll click on calendar, and it'll enter your calendar link so that way this person can book an appointment with you. And you click save, and you save the action. And that is it. That is literally the whole entire process. So let's do a test here. And I have this specific app that is like my text number testing platform. And so let's send the word home. So let's say that you went on social media and you just posted, hey, if you're interested in purchasing a home, I have a video on the 10 steps. So you'll communicate to your audience on social media and you'll say, hey, I have a video on the 10 steps to purchase a home. All you have to do is text me the word home to my phone number. And so what they come do is that they text the word home to your phone number. And then instantly what happens is the software sees that. So here's the software seeing that message. And then guess what the software did? Congratulations on decided to potentially work with it. And then right here, it also put my real estate company. So it says, congratulations on deciding to potentially work with my real estate company. Let's get started. What is your first name? So let's get started and let's see what happens. I'll respond with my name is Andy. Type in Andy here, and let's see what happens next. The software instantly behind here sees that my name is Andy, and then guess what? It updated the contact record right here with Andy. So now it's going to ask me for my email address. So let's put my email address. So my email address is andy@andyupdate.com, and then I click enter, and then let's see what happens here. And it puts, hi, thank you for your message, Andy. Here is the link to the YouTube video on the next steps to buying your home. Also, if you're interested in buying a home, you can schedule a call with me, and then it has the link to schedule a call. Then if I click on this link right here, it instantly opens up YouTube for me to go watch that video. But what did I do? I got a lead now of someone who's actually interested. So although my potential customer is watching someone else's video, this is going to be great for the actual person. So in this case, this woman here, Nicole, this is going to be great for Nicole because we're sending her YouTube views, right? We're sending her people to watch her YouTube video. And so it's a win for Nicole, but it's also a win for us because now we got a lead. Because in this example, we got the person's first name, we got their email address, and then we have their phone number who's texted us. So now we have the opportunity to now call that individual. And guess what's really cool about this? That can happen to 100 people at a time, 1,000 people at a time, 10,000 people at a time. It's a software that automatically does it for you. So all you got to do now is just post on social media, I have friends who wear t-shirts. I've seen other people who have it on their car. And as long as people text and they go through this sequence here, which didn't take much time. If you look here at the time of recording, it's from 7:05 p.m. to 7:06 p.m. So within 1 minute, I was able to capture someone's name, someone's email, and someone's phone number and turn them into a lead. So in your case, if you want to generate sales appointments, if you look at the bottom of the message, the way that we wrote it initially, hey, right here, if they're interested to buy a home, then they click that link and then they can book an appointment with me. And when they click the link to go book, they come to a calendar that looks just like this, and it'll have your business name on the left-hand side. They'll choose a date that is actually connected to your specific calendar. So when they come inside of here, they choose a date that is specific. So let's say in this calendar, you're not available in the morning on your regular Google or Outlook calendar. This integrates directly with your calendar to show when you're available. And so here, let's say this person books for 3 o'clock. They put in their name, email, and phone number again, and then they schedule a meeting. It will show up on your calendar as well. It will show up on your customer's calendar. And guess what? All of that was done all automated.
Imagine having your calendar full with booked appointments, people that are ready to do business with you. And you didn't have to chase down the leads. You didn't have to play endless phone tag with them and go back and forth with them or manually try and book them on your calendar. Chat automation works with different industries. Like, for example, life insurance. I've seen life insurance businesses where they say text the word quote to this phone number. And by texting the word quote and answering a few short questions, you'll receive a free quote. I've seen hair salon owners where they'll say text the word hair for a specific hair type, or text the word blowout for a specific for a blowout, right? Or text the word haircut to this phone number. And all of that is just making it easier for your customer to go ahead and make a decision to start their business relationship with you. Deontay brought up a good question. Unfortunately, I experienced phone tag or no-shows with chat automation. Is there something to reduce that? A big way you want to reduce that is when you're using chat automation, you want to make sure that your freebie is an actual freebie that is going to attract the people that you want to work with. Sometimes what happens is we have something in our mind that we think is valuable, but then it isn't really valuable to who we're trying to attract. And so you want to attract someone who is ready, to make that purchasing decision. So you want to make sure that you're giving that type of value to that type of person. And then there's a way for you to even, pre-qualify people too before they get on that call. No-shows are a reality, regardless of whether you're using chat automation or you're using some other method of marketing where you rely on sales calls. But the goal is to make sure you have a high value quality lead coming in to get your high value item. And, if we were to work together, we would of course look at, what lead magnet are you using? What is your video title, topic? Who are you attracting? Is this person really your ideal client? So that's how we would address that. But there's no shows potentially, no matter what method you're using. This is Ivan. So Ivan uses chat automation. He's the founder and CEO of a company called Wealth Tree Financial Services. His industry is life insurance. And before using chat automation software, Ivan went to networking events. After networking event, he even passed out business cards. He did cold calling. And when he posted on social media, he'd just say, hey, you know, contact me for a quote, or hey, book an appointment. And of course, he barely got any leads for his business because he didn't have a strategy behind his efforts. And he didn't really provide a reason for people to want to engage with him if they weren't in the market. Now, Ivan uses chat automation to get leads to opt in to do business with him. What Ivan does is he gives away a basic video from YouTube. This is one of the videos that Ivan used in the past. He used it last year. And in this video, it talks about a wealth building formula that discusses how to use whole life insurance to get rich in 2023. So Ivan did not create this video. He just sent people directly to this video on YouTube. And this is a win for Ivan because he's delivering value to his potential clients while generating name, email, phone numbers of people who are actually interested in building wealth through life insurance. And this is a win for the video creator because their video gets more views from an audience they wouldn't ordinarily have access to. So when he's marketing to people, he says, hey, if you're interested in building wealth through life insurance, check out this free video. And in this case, he was using the keyword wealth. Just DM me the word wealth to get started. This was also his call to action whenever he posted or went live on social media, if ever he did a presentation or attended a networking event. And like you saw in the demonstration I did earlier, once you have the prospective client's contact details, you can configure the software to send an email like the one you see here, in addition to sending a text message. So someone said they had problems with no-shows. Like I mentioned, no-shows are a reality of just doing business, unfortunately. Sometimes it's like, what reminders did you send out? And, here's an example of an email that you can send in addition to a text message. I like to give reminders to people if they're booking an appointment with me. I am the queen of reminders. And also, I'm a backtrack a little bit. When they're booking an appointment, when they see my video and they book an appointment with me, I automatically take them to another video. And in that video, I'm sharing with them how to prepare for the appointment. And one of the things that I emphasize is, I don't want to waste your time and I don't want you to waste mine. If you feel like you need to cancel, just let me know. So that's one way that I reduce no-shows. Another thing that I do to reduce no-shows is the reminders. So you can automate your reminders so that someone gets reminded, they get the confirmation, of course, for the appointment, but they also get the email, like an email and an SMS text message for the confirmation, and then they get reminders. I remind people 24 hours out that, hey, we have this meeting coming up. I think of a way to engage them around what my strategy call is going to be about. And I insert that in there as well so they can get excited about the call, because you don't know how many calls, your prospective customer has lined up to talk about the same thing they booked a call with you to talk about. And, so you want to engage them around your conversation with them and your call that's coming up. And I do it at 24 hours. That's when I send out the, little engagement. And then I also remind them when we're 1 hour out, 30 minutes, and then 10 minutes. So that way they're getting those reminders. Because if they book an appointment and then you never reach out to them, and I don't know if that's the case with the person that's having problems getting people to show up, if you never remind them, people forget. And even I've had people even when it's time for the call, they've still forgot. And then I'll send them a text message. Hey, if I call and there's no answer, I will send them a text message and say, hey, just try reaching out to you. Are you still available? And sometimes they are. With technology, it could be phone issues. So yes, no shows are a part of doing business, but you also have to look at your back end too. So I just wanted to say that as I'm showing you this email and showing you this text message sample. Once you have the person's contact details, you can configure the software to send an email like this one. You see here, this is just a confirmation email. This isn't, the reminders I was referring to. And as you can see here is just a brief statement, download the Understanding the Basics of Infinite Baking. This was something Ivan was giving out. Alternatively, you can send them, to your free YouTube video, and you would just swap out the language. Yeah, and so at the end, at the bottom of the email, you can say, click here to claim your free call. And the reason Ivan converted more leads to paying clients after switching to our software is simple. Ivan was already marketing his business, so it was a matter of implementing the strategy I shared with you today and integrating chat automation into his existing activities. All he did was consistently post on social media and say, DM me the word wealth to get access to my free video, or DM me the word wealth to get access to my free ebook. And leads would send him a direct message on Instagram, and the chat automation took over from there. The reason people opted in, even though they weren't really always thinking about, life insurance at that moment, is because, they may want to learn about the topic. So it's important that you have the right topic that's going, for your ebook or video that's going to attract the person that you really ultimately want to work with. The great thing about Ivan's ebook in Ivan's video is that he helped people learn something they didn't know about life insurance or didn't know that they could do with, using life insurance. And it gave them a quick win. And that is what made Ivan's, ebook and his chat automation campaign do very well. So here's a picture of me promoting my business to a group of Keller Williams real estate agents. And whenever I did a presentation in front of a group before chat automation, lead generation for me was passing around a clipboard, hoping people would give me their details so I could follow up with them. I also tabled at events, and I'd have a clipboard at the end of my table again, hoping and praying people would fill in their name, email, or phone number. And passing around the clipboard after speaking at an event, and I would do maybe four of these live of the events where I'm the presenter a month. And, but, the work to get to that point would be a lot, but I would have to pass around a clipboard hoping, someone fills in the information, and it would be like, passing something around, and then it's really easy for people to pass it along and not fill in their information. And even as an event sponsor, I've sponsored events. I've had to, this was before chat automation. I've sponsored events and I've had to chase down the organizer to get the list of people that signed up for the event so I could follow up with them. Because getting that list of leads is part of the incentive for you sponsoring an event, right? And we all know people are more likely to convert into paying customers or clients when we have a personal connection, not just because they attended an event and the sponsor gave a list of the names to the sponsors. So most of those leads were going to be dead ends anyway. So chat automation has been a game changer in my business, because all I have to do now is, whether it's a group or one-on-one with someone, and say, hey, by the way, I created a free short video to help people do XYZ. Can you pull out your phone for a sec so I can show you how to get access to it? And then I have them pull out their phone and text the keyword to my designated number. And I let chat automation do the rest, including the 24-hour follow-up if they don't book an appointment right away. And when I was running around with clipboards and begging for attendee lists from event organizers, that was my business on the left. That's because when I spoke to people, let's say I spoke to 150 attendees at an event, I get maybe 80 to 100 people to sign my clipboard. Then I had to go through all of those pieces of paper and manually call or email those leads. Not to mention my conversions were low because time had passed, right? Between the event and when I actually was able to call or email all of those people. By the time I'd worked my way through the list, I was exhausted. They ended up either no longer being interested, or I ended up playing phone tag, and some never responded or, to my email or call at all. Since introducing chat automation to my business, this is what my business is now, because I'm able to reach more people. I'm not sifting through pieces of paper, with the name, looking for names and leads, or paying thousands of dollars a month on ads, and basically getting rid of a lot of the manual tasks I used to do. With chat automation, I'm able to communicate to as many people at once as I want or need. It's not limited to when I'm available. So this is why I can confidently say that to the left represents your business. If you continue using older methods of marketing that require you to carry clipboards like I did to events to capture leads, manually following up with the list of people you got from events you sponsored, hoping they book a service or schedule an appointment with you, or hoping that they answer or return your calls before the prospect ends up calling, a competitor. All of these things require something big from you, and that's your availability, your effort, and your time. And you're actually limiting yourself, to growing your business when you don't have automation in place. If 100 people come to you, let's say your Facebook page, and they message you your specific keyword, the software will instantly respond and capture their name, email, and phone number. And let me share an example with you. Andy, who you just met from our product team, who you saw earlier, he's married to a real estate agent. And I remember he was he was in a meeting one day with us, and he was so excited because he and his wife went to a sushi restaurant the night before. And while they were eating, they saw all the appointments landing on her calendar because she made a post on Facebook right before they got to the restaurant. And just so you know, his wife does not have thousands of followers. It's just that there are people who are organically searching for certain keywords associated with real estate in her area, and they found her post. Another thing Andy's wife does is when she's posting a specific property, she tells people to text the word tour to her cell phone number to RSVP for the open house. She can then follow up with them prior to the open house to get them pre-qualified or invite them to view her other listings. So just like in the case of Andy's wife, there's people already searching for your service on social media as well. So when a potential customer messages you a specific keyword, they'll automatically receive the link to get access to your free video. So now you know the concept behind exchanging something for value in the case of a digital product for contact information. You also understand you'll be able to deliver the free digital product via chat automation. And you understand inviting the person to schedule a service or book a consultation call with you is a key part of converting the lead into a paying customer. And you know, the more people you get to opt into your chat automation sequence by promoting your free ebook or guide or video, the more people you can directly engage with, invite to book a service or a one-on-one consultation and convert to paying customers. But it's hard to know if something works if you've never ever implemented yourself. And so I have a question for you. Let me ask you in the chat box, who likes a challenge? Put yes if you like to be challenged, if you enjoy a challenge, especially when it comes to growing your business. Yes, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. We all like challenges when it comes to helping us grow our business and earn more money. So I'd like you to challenge yourself actually to get 50 leads over the course of the next 100 days. And you can get more, of course, but the minimum number for the challenge over the next 100 days is 50 leads. Now, the reason why I spread the challenge so far so far out is because I want individuals that haven't really been marketing their business and even new business owners to get traction using chat automation. This is 50 people opting into your chat automation sequence. And of course, results may vary depending on your audience and the market conditions. But what we've seen over the years, 100 appointments equals roughly about 5 paying customers, and that's 100 appointments. So if you have, let's say if you, out of those 50 leads, of course, you know that number adjusts depending on how many leads you get in. So we've seen business owners meet and even exceed this challenge over the years, especially for those business owners that integrate this strategy right away into their other marketing efforts. So I want to challenge you to get 50 leads in 100 days. And I gave you like some starting strategies to get more people to your chat automation. So here's your game plan to get those 50 leads in 100 days. Step one is you're going to determine what you're going to give away for free, whether it's an ebook, video training, or YouTube. You're going to make sure that what you're giving away is actually going to be something that leads people to, book an appointment with you, to be excited about. It's something that really relates to your industry. Like if you're trying to get people to book a landscaping appointment you want to talk about something that relates to landscape. And if you want people to book, let's say you're a marketing consultant, you want people to book an appointment with you, then you want to give them a win related to marketing. So you want to make sure it's something exciting that relates to what it is you're trying to do. And like I mentioned before, using a video, I suggest using a video. It will get you more traction. The video is something that relates to the service you provide, helps your prospective customer, get that win. And make sure it's under 15 minutes because you don't want people to sit through a long video trying to get value, from that video. You want it to be short, like I mentioned before, 7 to 15 minutes is kind of like the sweet spot so that you get people engaged, they get to have some connection to you and you get that win, fairly fast. If anything longer than that, then people they'll drop off, they'll stop watching it, they'll watch it in parts and pieces, and you don't want that. You want it to be easy to consume so people can move on and take action. And you'll also list the call to action and word in the caption if you're posting on social media or wherever you're posting. Step number 2 is you're going to choose your special keyword to activate your chat automation sequence. You're going to make that keyword relevant to your industry and easy to remember. So if you're in the solar installation industry, you're just going to choose a word like solar. If you're a financial advisor, you can choose the word wealth. Whatever you come up with, just write it down for now so you don't forget it. Then what you're going to do is incorporate your keyword into all of your marketing efforts. And if you haven't been marketing consistently, don't worry, there's no better time to get started or restarted than today, right? So you want to incorporate your keyword into all of your other marketing efforts. And you're going to do that consistently for the entire 100 days. Don't just show images of your work or talk about hire me for XYZ service. Instead, focus on why your freebie is so amazing and how they'll be able to accomplish XYZ after grabbing your free ebook or watching the free video. Share your keywords so people can get access to your freebie. And one social media content you can use on social media is highlight a part of your free ebook or video. Use a short 60-second reel that you'll post in your stories and on your feed. Also go live on your social media page as much as possible during the next 100 days and prompt people to text your keyword to you as a direct message or DM via text message. And then what you're going to do is, deliver the freebie. Then you're going to invite them, of course, to book an appointment. And then you'll start seeing those appointments land on your calendar through automation. And it's up to you, at that point to convert those leads into paying customers by showing up to the sales call or completing the service. The best part about the system is it's all automated. From the opt-in to delivery of your freebie, to getting an appointment on your calendar, and even following up if the lead does not book an appointment within 24 hours. Your customers have options when they're looking for a company to do business with. The only way to stand out among your competitors is to become a resource to your prospective customer. How you become a resource to people is to deliver value to prospective customers. Otherwise, there's no incentive for people to book a service or an appointment with your company over your competitor. And that's the case no matter what industry you're in. The other thing you have to remember is without chat automation, you're limited to the number of people you can follow up with, and the number of leads you generate will reflect that. And while you may be more experienced and do better work than your competitors, or know more, have more expertise, your potential customer may not see that or experience that from you if they don't see you, if they don't know that you know, if you're not sharing your expertise. So they can't even consider those things when they consider, you know, who they're going to do business with. So just by turning on chat automation in your business and becoming a resource to your potential customers, incorporating chat automation into your existing marketing efforts and strategically sharing your keyword on social media, networking events, presentations, everything you're already doing to promote your business, you're going to get more sales appointments or booked services on your calendar. And when you see that booked service or when someone schedules a call with you, you're talking to someone who's interested and ready to buy your service. Now, someone mentioned earlier, you know, I mentioned earlier in response to someone else that you want to make sure you're sending out the reminders. Remember, chat automation is a big part of how you're going to get those leads on your calendar and getting them to show up to the appointments. You want to make sure you're sending reminders and that you're engaging them. And you can do all of that through automation.